Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Tuesday, September 9th, 2025. So the Bulls, they came back swinging today. We had some early strength right here, and from there, what I suggested was I was taking a short position on the SPY using the 649s, and from there we got the good dip. This is pretty much where we covered. We held half, but it would have been a fantastic trade. But again, I'm always hedging my trades, and we went short the spiders, and we went long IWM because IWM was down a ton before the S&P started dropping. So my take on it was, maybe we could see a little bit more of a drop in IWM, and then that would rally up. But that was not the case today. We had IWM was down just about all day. It had a decent little bounce. We made some money, but it could have been a lot more. Honestly, I just didn't. I thought IWM was going to catch some steam today, but that was really the only index that was down. So this is the S&P. Remember, this is a 78% retracement. We poked through it and ended up coming back down. So this so far it's still within this zone right here, and this is from that drop from last Friday. Again, it's really the same song and dance. We still have bearish divergences on the 5-minute chart. We have bearish divergences on the 15-minute chart. So we have them, but everybody's just really excited about that the Fed might cut rates by 50 basis points. And again, I've been saying I'm not really too sure what they're so excited about. This has been priced into the market, but it is what it is. I'm not going to try to make sense of it. I've seen this before where, everybody's looking for, something, and they're anticipating it, and they're buying and buying, and everybody starts jumping in at the end. And it did, a buy the rumor, sell the news. Now, I'm not sure that's going to happen. I have no idea. But like from a technical viewpoint, we're getting a lot of warning signs that just nothing has really kicked in so far. So if we did make a top right here, because you can see just by the last candle that there was some selling here, and it brought us, it's like a hammer right there. So if it was the top, let's just say rally top. I'm not going to say the top, and we're going to do a retracement. Here's what I would be anticipating is that if the bulls, if the bears can get through this little 23% retracement, then we're probably going to be coming down to this 64.60 level, possibly even down to the 64.38. Now, the thing I measured here was the this initial drop and then this bounce, just assuming this was the high because we may gap up. So if this was the high right here for this bounce, and it's just an ABC move, we'd be looking for a move coming somewhere down into the 64.28 level. So that's your ABC move. And again, it really wouldn't be that bearish for the market because, again, what it would just be doing is really consolidating up here. But anyway, that's the target that we'd be looking at it. But obviously, they're going to have to get it through the 200-day moving average on the 15-minute chart because that seems to be where the buyers are after the 50-day moving average. So we have sell signals. I took a small short position in the spiders overnight. I don't know why. I really haven't had too much luck holding anything overnight. I like having everything square by the end of the day, but it was really this candle and the fact that it came right up to the 78% retracement, and that's when we got sellers. So again, I took the 649 or 650 puts, and if we open down, great. If not, I'm most likely we'll get some kind of pullback, and I'll just get rid of those for a loss. But right now, this candle is what really got me saying, you know what, I'm going to take that short position as well as with the sell signal. So if, let's say, the bulls wake up and they just want to keep going, that we have a chance that we could see a gap to new all-time highs. It only has to be from where we closed 22 points. So that's not really a huge gap up. But if we get that, remember, we're going to have that gap to new all-time highs fade trade that has been 100% every single time we've gotten it. So if that happens, I will definitely be using that to short and then look for the gap fill on that part. Again, on the downside, if the Bulls get above it, then obviously we're looking at a test of here. But we know they really don't grind higher. Typically, what they do is they gap over when we're at these levels. So if we come down, the important levels for the Bears, it's going to be the 64, let's say the 6,500, down to the 6,489. Below that, that's where I'll be looking at the 6,478 level. And then possibly, like I said, that we could be coming down if this is an ABC move, a quick shakeout down to the 64.27. But again, that's we have to just wait and see how things open up tomorrow. So bigger scale, you can see that if they do gap up to new highs here, we are going to have that. The gap to new all-time fade trade, but we're also going to get bearish divergences on the 60-minute chart as well. So we got to keep an eye on that. And then really the reason why I remain kind of cautious is the wave structure as well as these bearish divergences. They've been going on for quite some time. They've been ignored, but doing this for over 25 years, they're ignored until they're not, and then we get a shakeout. But right now, like I said, I'm a little more cautious, more on the stock end of it. I do wish that I did get into the RGTI. That was up pretty good today, and a couple other stocks. So I wasn't really too happy that they had a big jump. But I think if they're going to follow the market, and if we get some kind of little pullback like I'm anticipating, they'll come down with it, and that's when I want to use that to build those positions. And let's just take a look. Well, this is one of the stocks that I was not happy that I bought. I was mentioning it in the room, and I said, I think we're going to be able to get it down at the 24.36, possibly the gap close here. And it was up 15% today. So not really happy about it that I missed that. Was the other one that I was not happy about was RGTI. That was up $1.30. So that wasn't too happy that happened. But really what I want to show you is IWM, because this is it was really kind of strange today because we opened up and it just went down, and then when the spiders went down, this accelerated, and the spiders after that went green. Obviously the S&P was up by 20, and this closed down a little bit more than 0.5%. So this hurt us because once we got up to these levels, I really thought we were going to get up to the 37.50, and we would have made some pretty good money on that as well with the IWM. But we made it on the spiders. The IWM didn't work out as planned. For the fund, we made 965. These positions are all closed. I put on a condor trade, and this is the one that I have going into tomorrow. Is the spider 650. So one last thing, let's just take a look at our GEX here, our gamma squeezes. So on the spiders, you can see on the upside, 652. That's a gamma wall right there. If they get below and they could get some traction, 647 is a put wall. So this is a call wall, put wall. So if you get up to these levels, we can look to short. Down to these levels, you want to cover, but we've come down and hit these a couple times. So if they take that out, you can see we have a big drop getting into the next one. But right now, if they get, this would be the last one up here to 655. On IWM, this is a little more spread out here because you can see the call wall is all the way up at 240. We came pretty close to this. This is where I'd said that we wanted to be buying the IWM when it was in the disc, because we had the 235 put wall here, and it bounced. And I really thought we were going to head up and somewhere up into the 239, but that was obviously wrong. It didn't work. We could have made a lot of money today with, well, not a lot. We would have made a decent amount because the spiders trade didn't really have too much stress on it. It was just the IWM that we used as a hedge performed worse than the spiders. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Have a fantastic night, and I'll talk to you guys.